for me as a
There's
kid.
like low.
On my right, please sign our posters to present to City Hall. If you are interested in speaking, please come up and we will brief you.
Can we move the crowd a little bit more this way? Just to make room for everybody. I know you hear me.
Right now, I'm asking everyone to please remain silent for 17 seconds of silence in honor of the 17 victims of the Parkland shooting exactly 1 month ago. That will be starting now. Thank you, everybody.
Victims of the Parkland shooting. Alyssa Alhadeff, 14. Martine Duque Anguiano, 14. Jamie Gutenberg, 14. Cara Lauren, 14. Gina Montalto, 14. Elena Petty, 14. Alex Schachter, 14. Luke Hoyer, 15. Peter Wang, 15. Carmen Schentrup, 16. Nicholas Dorrit, 17. Joaquin Oliver, 17. Helena Ramsey, 17. Meadow Pollock, 18. Scott Beagle, 35. Aaron Weiss, 37. Chris Hickson, 49. Now, I will be passing it off to the first of our student speakers.
Today, to Lowell students, parents, teachers, and allies, we are here today to take hold of our education in our lives. We are here today to protest and to tell the government and the NRA that we, the youth, will stand against gun violence and we will stand against the horrific tragedies of Parkland. And today, we don't only stand with Parkland, we stand with Sandy Hook. We stand with Columbine. We stand with Las Vegas. We stand with all the victims of gun violence. And I would like to thank the Lowell administration for not penalizing us. Thank you. One of the most powerful ways to express your voice is to vote. And right across me, we do have people manning pre-registration votes. And to seniors, you will be able to vote this year. So take hold of it. And lastly, I would like to make this clear. This walkout will last for 17 minutes and is in line with all of the national movements happening across the country. This is not a Lowell thing. This is not a San Francisco thing. This is an America thing, all right?
Ban all semi-automatic weapons. We walk out today and we walk with the students around the nation. Over 20 Bay Area high schools are marching to City Hall today. I encourage all of you to go. I encourage all of you to show your voice. I encourage all of you to protest. We will be taking the M to Civic Center, and then we will be marching as a group to City Hall. We will show them that Lowell is not a force to be reckoned with. We show that youth are not a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you all for coming out. You are standing for all the children, all the teachers, all the staff who cannot stand here today. So thank you. Give yourself a round of applause. You are
But most importantly, at schools, we're supposed to be safe. The simple fact that a gun can infringe on the safety that we're supposed to have is ridiculous, and it must stop now. We are united. We are the future. We are the future of America, and we decide if America's future includes guns. We can stop this. We can unite together, and we are going to fight. A gun should not decide our safety. A trigger should not decide how safe we feel at school. We are standing together because we want to remember never again. When should this happen? Never. We are not only standing with Parkland, we're standing with Sandy Hook, we're standing with every shooting that's ever occurred to remind ourselves that we never want this to happen again.
Ashley Tran and Portia Lucas.
Hi, we are the Student Safety Committee,
and we have two demands for our Lowell to make Lowell a safer environment for all students and teachers. One, we demand that all classroom locks be changed so they can be locked from the inside. And two, we demand that our PA system be repaired so that all announcements can be heard throughout campus, inside and outside of classrooms. Currently at Lowell, all classrooms must be locked from the outside. This poses as a great danger to all students and teachers because if there was an active shooter at Lowell, which we hope never happens, teachers would be exposing themselves and sacrificing their lives to protect us, just like the two teachers at Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida who sacrificed their lives to protect their students. The other concern we have is that our PA system is in need of repair. It is not functioning properly. If you and your friends were sitting outside on the grass area right over there, or if you were out in PE, out in the fields back at school, you would not hear any announcements in the case of an emergency.
We have to come together to pressure our administrators and SFUSD to make the change. One of the ways we can help is by attending school board meetings. Alternatively, to help this cause, you or your parents can call SFUSD and demand them to take action. It is our time to speak and be heard.
Speaker will be Jason Chen.
Hello, students. I'm inspired by all of you standing out here today. You are truly our future. First, I would like to give my thoughts and prayers to the 17 lives lost in Parkland, Florida, and to the survivors. You are absolutely amazing, and on behalf of all of us, we are truly inspired by what you are doing. Now, they have done so much on their part. They have met with politicians. They have met with the NRA. And now it is time for us to do our part. We're going to stand with them on the other coast in San Francisco. Now, this is a moment of change. This is a movement of youth empowerment, and this is a movement of gun reform. Blood is being spilled in our classrooms. Parents should not hold their children even a second longer because they have a doubt they will ever see their children again. Teachers should be armed with pencils, not guns. Students should not be afraid of attending their own schools. Now, why was Nicholas Cruz able to get a gun? You look at his mugshot and all you see is a deranged man. How, in the names of the lives lost, was he able to pass a mental and background check? Why is an 18-year-old able to buy an assault weapon, but a person can't buy a handgun until they are 21? Why is a person even allowed to buy a weapon capable of absolutely ripping apart a human body? Why is this even a debate? We call BS. And another thing, Cortland Arrington, an African-American student at the Inner City High School in Birmingham, Alabama, was shot and killed last week. Yet it is not getting enough clout as is the Parkland shooting. People of color matter too. Just because she's black doesn't mean we don't honor and march for her as well. We stand with Cortland. And to end gun violence, and to end the slaughter of innocent American children, we must ban semi-automatic weapons. We must ban guns that have the capability of ripping apart the human body.
What's your name?
Stephen Gong? Yes, G-O-N-G.
What got you interested in politics?
Well, I am the 2019 president of Lowell, and I do represent the district, entire San Francisco-wide PFCAG Budget Council as a student delegate. But beyond that, what really got me interested is speaking on behalf of people that cannot speak today.
Well, what caused that?
I understand that.
What really caused that? Well, I would say that it all started with Sandy Hook, but it's never been amplified to an extent until exactly 1 month ago with Parkland, because upon seeing, the Snapchat videos, the gruesome details, the screams in the videos, it's something that can happen to each and every one of us, and it's not really a matter of if, it's more of a matter of when.
Stephen, what have been your challenges in terms of getting this kind of a turnout from the student body?
Challenges. Well, Lowell is a very academically focused school, and so one of the things that students like to do over coming out is probably studying, going to class, because grades are everything. But getting people to come out has been tremendously successful because of our administrators' support and because of the excellent student leaders we have here.
Have you had any pushback from any sectors?
Pushback? No, not at all. Even at the Board of Education meeting, everyone did fully support our gun proclamation and everything. First wave against gun reform, against saving our lives, of your sons, your daughters, our children in the schools. You know, this is our first stand, and as a united America, we can do something more than the adults that have been in Congress and in the NRA.
What does it feel like to have a megaphone to speak to students about this issue that you're clearly passionate about?
That's not something
Like to stand up here and just look out and see our peers.
In one word, it would be empowering. It is empowering to come out here and see people support you amongst all of the country. It is something else, really. It is something that it's a big pat on the back. So we had a voter registration, and we also had everyone sign their expressions and their messages over there with hashtag enough, hashtag never again, where we will be presenting this to City Hall.
And what's going on right now?
City Hall, we are organizing for the City Hall rally.
So you're walking down there?
Yes, we'll be walking and taking the M.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.
Young adolescents.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Montiel, and I'm the student organizer from Galileo High School. First off, I want to thank each and every one of you for being committed to the cause. It's inspiring to see so many young voices like my own standing up for what's right. What inspired me since early on to talk about this issue was Sandy Hook. Ever since Sandy Hook, my heart jolted at the thought of receiving a call from my little brother's school. My little brother was the same age as many of the innocent angels who died that day. It broke me, but I didn't know anything about guns at that point. How they were used, how they were bought, any accessories, nothing. I was completely oblivious. All I knew was that after all those innocent lives were gone, we said this would never happen again. Fast forward to now. We have had 1,607 mass shootings since Sandy Hook. Some of the most publicized were the nightclub in Orlando, the hotel in Las Vegas, and most recently the high school in Parkland, Florida. When will it stop? We are scared, but we can no longer let fear control us. One child is worth more than all of their guns. We have to say and say and say until we get the result we are hoping for. And as for the doubters out there, those who say
a certain form of communication to notice if ICE is around our neighborhood. We want for our local police to stop harassing and killing African Americans and Latinos. We want for our LGBTQ community to feel safe walking down the street. And we want more women's rights. We want them to be equal and to also feel respected. We ask you to support all of these communities, not only today, but every day. That's right. And I'm here to support all of you. Thank you. My name is Clarissa Arwino, and I'm a junior at Lowell High School. No matter what grade you're in, no matter what school you go to, we all have one thing in common. Yes. We all have a future. Yes. And we all deserve the chance to find our destiny and fulfill our futures. Yes. My thoughts are with the families of the victims in Parkland, but thoughts are simply not enough. The fear of losing our lives is a burden that no one should have to carry. I'm sick and tired of futures being stolen from kids like you and me. I'm sick and tired of hearing of innocent lives lost. It's not fair that while these politicians are swimming in money from the NRA, people are swimming in the bloods of their peers. On February 14, 2018, 7 people were stripped of their futures. Their paths were not changed, they were abruptly and unjustly ended. And sadly, Parkland's incident was only one of too many. Emotions are not enough. We need reasons to stand up. What are they? What are we marching for? We're marching for not only our lives, but our futures. Your younger brothers and sisters should not have to worry about the closest closet to hide in. Your mother should not have to remind you. Your mother should not have to remind you to take them right away the next time an intruder marches into your school. But there shouldn't be a next time. It's not in our future. It doesn't matter if you're the president of your club, if you've never raised your hand before in class. You have a voice. Use it. When no one else will, we need to be the ones fighting for our lives and for our futures. We may not change our nation today, but this is the first step of many making our schools safer for us. But your work doesn't end with this march. Continue fighting and become the advocates for change that we all need. Thank you.
Had Malia walk to our rally, so we're gonna have her speak.
Supervisor Dave Cohen.
How you guys doing out there? Are you guys fired up? Let me just introduce myself to you. My name is Malia Cohen. I'm born and raised here in San Francisco. I represent the most beautiful neighborhoods in the southeast part of the city, Bayview, Hunters Point. Visitation Valley. And I, like you a long time ago, was a student that looked around and was fed up with some of the decisions that decision makers were putting forward. I'm no different than you. No. Thank you. I'm no different than you. I was born in this city. I took the Muni. I went and I studied in the public library. I'm a graduate from Lakeshore, Aptis, and Lowell High School. And today I'm proud. I'm proud of each and every one of you that took time out of your day to stand up and join a movement that is sweeping this nation. Thank you. To be honest with you, I'm one of the legislators that work in this building that have been fighting for not only for gun control, but for policies that make sense. There is no logic, there is no rationale as to why we can't have smart gun policies. There is no logic, there is no rationale on why teachers should be carrying guns and weapons. I want to talk to the leaders, particularly those that are in elected office that are in Florida, as well as other parts of the country.
Step up! Roll up your sleeves, get to work! Our future depends on it, our lives depend on it. This is a life and death issue! This is not a political movement that's just going to stop. This movement is going to continue to move, not only this generation, but your children's children. We need to keep fighting until we get it. I hope your children don't have to fight this fight. I just want to stand with you and let you know that I come with the humblest heart and mad respect for each and every one of you. I am your ally. I'm standing with you. One more point I gotta make. One more point before I get out of here.
Preach, sister, preach!
All right. The choir is asking for a sermon, y'all. There's one thing that I want to point out. I want to share a tweet from Roxane Gay, who's an author and feminist scholar who, like many others, noted the difference in reception for the Parkland shooting survivors versus the many Black Lives Youth activists. Quote, "It is interesting to note the difference in support for the kids in Florida versus the kids in Black Lives Matter." And I say that with full admiration for the kids in Florida who have survived a trauma and fight for everyone to be safer. But what's also important to note is that this is happening in Ferguson and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not my words, but they fully capture how I feel. If you're Black and you're brown, you've been under attack for generations. This movement has, there is room for all of us in this movement. This is not a Black issue. This is not a white issue. This is a youth issue. This is your opportunity. This is your moment in time. I'm your ally. I'm here. I got an open door policy. If you need anything, just holler at me. My name is Malia Cohen. Thank you.
Good morning, San Francisco. My name is Stephen Gong, 2019 president of the Lowell Student Association, and today I am beyond humbled to see so many active, passionate, and youth voices stand in solidarity, not just with Parkland, but with Sandy Hook, with Columbine, with Orlando, Las Vegas, and the local gun violence San Francisco faces. Yesterday, I saw a tweet from a student here in San Francisco. Knowing Lowell, no one is going to walk out tomorrow. Everyone's too busy worrying about their grades instead of the outside world. Well, yet here we are! And not just Lowell, all of us. Lowell, Lincoln, Washington, Galileo, Academy, Soda, Burton, Gateway! And Wallenberg. And so many more. We are here to arm ourselves, not with guns, but with words of love. Today, we take aim at the NRA and at the inaction of our government for valuing cold, dead metal over their sons and daughters' lives. Today, we are telling voters, activists, and allies that yes, change is coming. Today, we, the youth of America, are uniting in gatherings, conversations, and rallies such as these to speak out, regardless of whether or not you are conservative or liberal. We care about our lives and education, and to those that cannot possibly see our ways, let me ask you this. To those saying we should be at school instead of speaking our lives, we will not be sitting sheep. It is not a matter of if, but when. To those that tell us to arm our teachers, you do not arm our teachers with pencils, textbooks, or resources. To those that doubt youth empowerment and doubt all of us here today, look at the Vietnam War. Look at Black Lives Matter. Look at us. And I am saying this because you are change, I am change, we are change, and we will succeed. Like the rainy weather today, this storm will pass. People will forget about the blood, the violence, and the tragedies. But even water can make a dent in rocks over time. And when this storm passes, we, the students of San Francisco, of California, and of America, will give warm sunshine to the nation. Say it again, because you are change. I am change, and together we are change, and we will succeed.
My name is Almarie Mata, and I am a junior from Lowell High School. I'll keep it short. We don't need another mass shooting to realize the importance of a life. We don't need another mass shooting to experience what it's like to lose a teacher, a student, a best friend, a role model. We don't need another mass shooting to understand that there's something wrong when a 19-year-old can walk into a store, buy a gun, and shoot 17 innocent lives. Massachusetts Senator Edward Markey once said, although students make up 24% of our population, we make up 100% of the society's future. Today, students all over the nation are standing up, using their education, their voice, fighting for their lives and for their safety. Students, we deserve to be heard. We have every right to be heard, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Stand up for what you believe in. Fight for a world you want to live in, because we make up the future of this world. Stand up with determination, perseverance, and love. Now use your voices and chant with me. We are change! 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 We are everybody, we're gonna start marching soon. We have an announcement about the March for Our Lives on March 24th, Saturday, March 24th.
There's a tweet that I want to quote. When children act like leaders and our leaders act like children, we know that change is coming.
How many kids did you kill today? Hey, hey, NRA! How many kids did you kill today? Hey, hey, NRA! How many kids did you kill today? Hey, hey!
And we walk out today and we walk with the students around the nation.
Woo!